Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, back behind the wheel for night number 2 here in America's Heartland. Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway will host Chase Race number 4 with the Ayers High Racing Paints Cup Series here tonight. We had an amazing Truck Series race last night here from Gateway, looking to back it up with another fine run once again. How you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, qualifying already underway. Drivers looking to snatch some points, getting ready to head into the final race of the season next week at Kentucky. But first, let's get through the 150 laps scheduled here tonight. Let's get rid of that track information and get some of the time in scoring over there, left-hand side of your screen for the moment. Top of the speed charts, quick time belongs to Dalton Fredericks. Front of the field, 33:32 is the quick time for Fredericks. Cray right behind him. Both of these drivers super fast last night behind the wheel of their Truck Series machines. We'll see how these drivers fare tonight. Will it be a repeat? Will someone dethrone Fredericks from the top of the speed charts? Looks like about half of the field already with the time lap with just 2 minutes remaining. Time ticks away as the music begins to fade away into the background, and we're going to get set for tonight's main event here. 150 laps once again. Very long night of racing at this 1.25 mile track. Looking at something out the window down there on pit lane. Looks like Justin Gann begins to roll off and get up to speed. He's going to be on his time lap here tonight. One of the few bullets to dodge for Dalton at the front with just about 60 seconds remaining here in qualifying. Justin Gann going to have an opportunity at a one and done. He's going to have to get it all on lap number 1. Final 30 seconds remaining. We'll drop the time and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you get a look at a field for how this field will hit the starting grid here tonight. Last night's race winner, position here tonight. Speed behind the wheel of that all-star 15 number 20 machine. Final 10 seconds, dodging a bullet as Justin Gann just breaks into the top 5. That's going to do it for qualifying. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through
and backtrack side, following the flyover, looking at the sunset in the background over at the beautiful St. Louis Arch. What a background for tonight's championship race. Drivers beginning to head to the starting grid. We're going to get a little closer look at the field here tonight. There you can see the majority of the drivers making their way to their starting positions. Just 2 or 3 still heading through pre-race inspection. That's going to give us just enough time to run down some official business. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. Corey Milton sitting at the top of the point standings, 23 points to the good of that 8th place cutoff line. Needs just to have a solid night here tonight, and Melton will be chasing after a championship. Todd Cray pretty much in the same situation, but where it gets hot and heavy. Let's start to look right around Roy Fernandez. That 6th position, the Cuban Missile Rocket, sitting just 6 points to the good of the cutoff line. He's going to have a good night. Justin Gann, Mike Compaggio, the bubble driver. Gary May has got a shot. He's got the opportunity. Bailey Dutton Daly, as well as Daniel Krim, they're going to have some amazing nights to work their way into the top 8 to battle for the championship. We'll see who gets it done. Can Gary May find a way to work his way into that championship in playoff picture? We're going to find out here as we've got ourselves just moments away from the drivers beginning to fire the engines and roll off, and it looks like official word underway. So, what do you say? As we set these drivers loose, you can hear the music in the background. You know, it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup live from Worldwide Technology Raceway, snatching the pole position, backing up a race win. The All-Star 15, number 20 of Dalton Fredericks will lead us to the green flag with Todd Cray just to his outside. Corey Milton, Justin Gann back into row number 3 here tonight. Roy Fernandez followed by John McMillan Jr. Row 4, the double O of Nick Hunt, 47 of Daniel Krim just to his outside. Row 5, Elsie Daly and Jason Branch. Final few drivers rounding out the field. The number 9 machine of Mike Compaggio. Just to his outside, the 01 of Cody Sleeper, John McMillan Sr. and Gary May. Finish out the 14-car field here tonight. Big shout out to Andy Starcher as well as Don Kidder, your race control and admins. We're ready to nail the loud pedal for the first time. So as the music fades, drivers will head to the restart zone, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Gateway. Deep into the corner on the high side is Cray. The Rich DPC powered by Nitro number 21 machine takes the top spot and into the outside wall. Hard contact outside wall. Daniel Krim tearing up that right front early here tonight into the outside wall. Dalton Fredericks going to lose the top spot. Keep it in second. Then how about the 48 of Corey Melton? He's making some headway up to third. And hopefully we've got all the audios back in line for you. Had some issues with last night's broadcast. Cars being a little loud, voice a little low. Hopefully out there in the chat you can let us know. Is everything balanced out? Can you hear me with the cars going by? How's everything sound? Cousin Jess, I know you're out there watching. Rooting on Todd Cray at the front of this field. Give us a thumbs up if everything's working out okay. For all the drivers out there continuing to pound the pavement, hot and heavy battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now the Kitty Cat Coin Chevy dealing with Roy Fernandez and John McMillan Jr. right behind him. They'll head back through turn number 1, stacked up through the field. Double O, Nick Hunt back in 7th, trying to find a way to move his way to the front. The Barbie Mobile, Jason Branch. Solid season so far here for Branch coming into tonight's race, sitting 5th in the overall point standings. He's looking for a chance, an opportunity to run for a championship. 10 points to the good here tonight. So Branch just needs to finish things off well, finish it on a high note, not give anything up too early as lap number 4 goes on the board. We'll drop the time and score over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along, find your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Big battle on the track, still right here, 4th, 5th, 6th on the speedway. McMillan Jr. looking for a way around the 3 of Fernandez. Nowhere to go for Roy. He's got that Chevy accessories, number 3. Looking good, looking sporty, a lot of speed in it so far. Justin Gann going to try a move to block that inside move from Fernandez. It's going to work out well. Fernandez is going to follow him into 3. Front 3 stepping away. Todd Cray with a half a second advantage over your pole sitter behind the wheel of that All-Star 15. Fast Ford sitting in second now. Dalton Fredericks looking to follow up last night's race opening performance with another grab of the checkered flag here tonight. 48 of Corey Melton. Went to victory lane last week at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Will he play spoiler again here tonight? Melton looking to waltz his way into Kentucky next week. A little extra swag, a little bit, a little more pep in your step. Back-to-back winning race performances right before championship night. I like it. Long way to go here tonight. Drivers at the front of the field begin to stretch their legs. Justin Gann now a second and a half back. Battle between 4th, 5th, and 6th still raging on. Let's go a little deeper in the field. Right around that 10th position here. Let's see Elsie Daly, Cody Sleeper going in at 4th position. Jason Branch, the Barbie Mobile, number 22 machine, up 2 spots from where he qualified. Moves into the 8th position. Jockeying off position just in front. John McMillan Jr. going to take a position away from Roy Fernandez. McMillan Jr. pushing the issue on the bottom. There you can see a look. And we seen last night in the Trunk Series. We seen drivers try that inside lane. It really worked. It really worked early in the run. We seen drivers struggle a little bit with pace, with grip, after running the bottom lane consistently for a very long time. Now the Interstate Batteries 0-1 looks to prove us wrong. He's going to look to make the pass. Well, the Reese Cup number 6 machine, the Chevy Impala, running it to the high side. Going to keep the spot for the moment. Deep drive into turn 3. Daly going to work his way to the bottom bench off the corner exit just a little bit. Feed some dirty air. Back to Sleeper, who's going to fall about 2 car lengths off pace. Back down into 1. Things happening up near the front. Let's get back right here. These 3 drivers continue to go at it. John McMillan Jr. finding speed, finding a way to get the forward bite. And really, I think it's more about rolling the center on the bottom. I mean, you got to have the forward bite, don't get me wrong, but I think it's more so about, can you get the car to really rotate through the center the way you want in order to put that power down and get that forward bite up at a turn number 4. Side-by-side racing action still on the track with Gann and Fernandez going at it. 5th and 6th on the raceway. Jason Branch separating himself, closing in on the tail end of the Double A John Deere machine, piloted by Nick Hunt, running in the 7th position. That's going to be a heated battle here at a handful of laps. We're going to jump around the track just a little bit. Let's head back here in the field with that double O of Nick Hunt. Looking back now. Inside the wheel. Inside the car, working the wheel. Putting in work at the office. Nick Hunt looks calm and cool, but he's got the Barbie Mobile closing in. I just love saying the Barbie Mobile out there on the track. It is what it is. Branch going to close in for a moment. We'll take a look back off of the 48 machine. There you can see the gap back to the three-way battle that continues to rage on between John McMillan Jr., Justin Gann, and Roy Fernandez. Back outside the car, back around the track. Fernandez looking for a way to get around the 30 kitty cat coin machine of Justin Gann, but unsuccessful for the time being, unsuccessful for the moment. But Fernandez going to stay right in that rear view mirror, let him know that, hey, I'm right here, don't make a mistake. And Gann almost into that outside wall. That got a little bit close for comfort. Speaking of comfort, comfortable. Up at the front with over a second advantage now. Todd Craig crosses the line. Lap number 16 going to go on the board. Dalton Fredericks falling behind now. 1.1 second back, sitting in second. While the 48 Lowe's Cobalt Tools Chevy Monte Carlo starts to close in just a little. A tenth, a couple thousandths, or hundredths, I should say, lap after lap. It's slowly bringing that All-Star 15 machine back to them. We're going to watch that battle unfold a little bit. Roll up the racetrack, and Melton going to give up some time. Let's jump back in the field. Big battle on track right here. Closest battle on track between Justin Gann and Roy Fernandez. These drivers continue to mix it up on the track. Fernandez just cannot find a way around. "17 laps of green flag racing behind us. Drivers clicking things off, and a torn pace here tonight, but already almost a 2-second fall off. Fastest lap for race leader Todd Gray, 33:53. That's going to be the fastest time on track period here tonight. Last time around, a 35 flat. So that's about at least what? Just about 2 seconds. I mean, it's right there, second and a half. So already we're seeing the fall off. Already we're seeing these tires begin to give up as anybody pushed a little too much too early. As we now see Jason Branch continuing to reel in. Nick Hunt sitting back in the 7th position. Jason Branch really getting in. Cody Sleeper losing a little bit of pace behind the wheel of that 01 Interstate Batteries machine. He's going to run by the Reese's Cup. Number 6 of Daly going to finish out your top 10. 20 laps on the board. 1:30 to go here tonight from Gateway. Another battle a little bit further back in the pack. Here we go. Let's take a look at Gary May Mike Compaggio right there, the All-Star 15 TV number 9 breast cancer awareness machine. The 9 looking to make his way up through the field. The iRacing sponsored number 51 of John McMillan Sr. right behind him, running in 14th right now. These drivers are a little bit off pace. They're going to look to try to maybe extend the fuel run. Make up some time, some way, somehow. You're going to have to work a little bit more strategy. We'll see which one of them elect to take an opportunity at possible short pitting. Yes, they're going to lose the lap easier, but way up the track. McMillan Sr. way up the track in turn 3, and that's going to hurt the arrow of the 51 machine. McMillan Sr. loses a little more ground. Meanwhile, we're going to jump back around the track. Let's go back here. A little bit of space now created for Justin Gann, able to walk away and open it up a little bit over Fernandez. Everybody holding serve positions, maintaining for the time being, top of the speed charts in qualifying, but not getting out to a good start here tonight. He's going to fall off of that pole position, settle into second for the entirety of today's race so far. Dalton Frederick's going to sit in second. Race leader Todd Cray giving up a little bit of time now as the tire fall off a bit more on lap number 24. The 48 of Corey Melton sitting in third still, up one position from where he qualified. John McMillan Jr. now sits in fourth. Justin Gann in fifth, with Roy Fernandez back in sixth. Seventh place tonight, Nick Hunt. Cody Sleeper sits in eighth with Jason Bridge. And FC Daly rounding out your top 10. Taking a look at the nationwide number 5 of Gary May, the All-Star 15 breast cancer awareness number 9 of Mike Compaggio. We've seen McMillan Sr. behind him have contact with the outside wall way up the racetrack in turn 1 a handful of laps ago. He's recovered from that. A little bit of a mishap is what we'll call it. You know, a little scrape of the wall, never hurt nobody. It doesn't seem to have been too detrimental to the aerodynamics of the 51. He's starting to reel back in Compaggio, and that's going to allow May to step away. The drivers all over the racetrack, things heating up a little bit at the front. Let's go back as the battle for the race lead ensues. Dalton Fredericks reeling back in Todd Cray. Off of turn 2 down the backstretch, staying in the tire tracks is Fredericks, peeking out just a little bit to the left, letting Cray know, letting him see more so that side mirror that, hey, I'm right here. You're gonna have to eyeball it. You don't want to shallow up your entry too much, but you don't want to leave the door open either. That right there was Fredericks making his way to the race lead in the center of 1 and 2. Little bit of a door bang from these two drivers. Little bit of history for these two drivers right here from Gateway. Close quarters racing last night, contact between the two. It's like a redressed replay. What do you know? Is that a no? Is that a thing? Can we make it a thing? Can it be my thing? I don't know. New race leader once again here tonight. Initial race leader back to the front of the field. Dalton Frederick's going to take the top spot away here on lap number 29. How much longer will drivers stay out there? That's going to answer your question. Or my question, I should say. Todd Craig waves the white flag. He's going to pump the brakes, and he's going to head down pit road. Give up a spot inside of your top 5. Gave up the race lead, immediately came to pit road. That's going to pull the 48 of Corey Melton down pit lane as well. Dalton Fredericks going to keep it wound up out there on the track, not heading to pit road just yet. John McMillan Jr. going to move to second. There you can see McMillan Jr. making his way off of turn number 2, and Fredericks not going to allow much of an undercut. Pit road this time around. Here comes the rest of the front of the field. Justin Gann going to follow John McMillan Jr. down pit road. Nick Hunt, the double O. He's going to roll the dice. He's going to stay out a little bit longer. He's going to take over the race lead, become our new race leader. Only the 3rd leader of the night. Front of the field. High-priced real estate. Here as we get closer to championship night. Only 120 laps remaining here tonight before we will cut the field down to 8 drivers vying for a championship. No, we're not sending them home. And on the pit road, coming to get some tires and fuel. Gary May, a little unorthodox way to get to pit road, but he's going to get the job done. Todd Gray will inherit the race lead. And look at the gap. Over a second gained into 1 lap. By pulling the trigger and coming to pit road 1 lap prior, Todd Gray has given himself a little shot in the arm. He's going to look to lead this entire stint here as he led almost the entire opening green flag run right here from Gateway. You're watching the Ayers High Racing Paints Cup Series. So race fans, we're looking things over here, right? And it looks like drivers keeping it to a nice, even 4-stop race here tonight. Coming to pit lane, lap number 30, they should be to pit road right around lap 60. That's going to put them in at 90, as well as 120 for the final stop of the race. But if you're Todd Cray, 1 lap each time, that's going to put you 4 laps short. Do you have to run longer here? Do you have to make it 30 laps this time before coming to pit road? Is that going to force Cray to save a little bit? Mirror lap times last time around. We'll check the timing and scoring this time by as Todd Cray crosses the stripe a little bit slower than Fredericks. That time around 2/10 faster was Fredericks, sitting back in second, but the lap traffic was a part of that demographic, I guess. I don't know, that stat. We'll watch it this time as it looks like fairly clean air on the nose of the 21, having to work his way by the lap traffic was Fredericks. Will Cray be a 10th or 2 faster at the stripe? Let's take a look this time around. And just about a 10th faster last time around, so there you go, pretty even speed between your top 2. So I would imagine it's going to be a race about runners. You can't burn up your runners too much. You got to keep them just at the right temperature. You don't want it too hot, don't want them to get cold. You want them to stick just right. Who's going to be The witch doctor here tonight cast a spell and walk away with a checkered flag and a trophy, setting themselves up for a little bit of momentum on their side as we head to Kentucky Speedway next and Tuesday night for your season finale right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for Swift Motorsports. With a long green flag run, race leaders begin to work their way through some lap traffic. That's going to get things a little dicey at times, so we'll see how the drivers navigate their way around it. But as we continue this long green flag run, I want to take this opportunity and time to thank each and every one of our sponsors out there joining us here tonight. Big shout out to the title and series sponsors, Ayers Eye Racing Paints. If you're in the game looking for a new look, they can hook you up, whether it's a helmet, suit, you want a new livery, they've got it all. Check them out at Ayers Eye Racing Paints. Where would we be without our perennial sponsor, Bud Kicker, helping out so many different leagues right here on the world's #1 racing simulator, iRacing.com. Butt Kickers, haptic transducers, put the feeling beneath your feet. At Bud Kicker, the future is feeling. Feel what you've been missing. Also, a big shout out to both SimBox as well as AdminBox. Check out those guys for all of your button needs. You need something to help your races go smoother. You need to get to your actions for pit road quicker. Check them out on the web. You can find them on Facebook as well. Big shout out to Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet, personal sponsor of mine. Big shout out to Tommy and Brian, everybody else over there at Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. They've got some amazing vehicles, whether you're in the market for a new one or a used one. They've got something to get you back in the seat. You're tired of living life in the slow lane? Get hooked up with a new Chevrolet today. You can head on over to DaleEarnhardtChevrolet.com. Do we've got any ice fishermen out there? Maybe you just got done deer hunting. Maybe you're looking forward to your next hunting trip. Maybe even plotting out where you're going to go watch some great racing action. Take Beef Jerky Unlimited along with you. Some of, if not the best, beef jerky in America. You can find them at BeefJerkyUnlimited.com. They've got it all, something for every bit of palate. Whether you like the sweet or you like the heat, they've got it all. Hawaiian pineapple all the way up to the nitromethane. Super good, super spicy, and it'll get the job done. They've got it all for everyone. Turkey jerky, chicken jerky, as well as mango habanero. Pork jerky, that's right, as if pork couldn't be any better. Beef Jerky Unlimited goes and makes pork jerky absolutely phenomenal. Job well done to Tommy Delago and everybody over there at BeefJerkyUnlimited.com. You can use Turn 5 in your checkout to get a little bit of a discount. Once again, that's Turn 5. Head on over, get yours today. Great for stocking stuffers, just saying. BeefJerkyUnlimited.com. So as we've worked our way through a handful of sponsors here tonight, drivers have worked their way closer to only 100 laps remaining. Just about 15 laps away from our second round of green flag pit stops. Let's give you a rundown through the field out front, showing the way. Leading the most laps so far here tonight, quickest man on the track behind the wheel of that rich DPC powered by Nitro Chevy Impala. Todd Craig shows the way. The R-Star 15 TV number 20. of Dalton Fredericks. Walked away with the pole position here tonight. Walked away with the race win last night. Will he be able to get the job done once again? Has ran inside of your top two all night long. Fredericks continues to chase down Cray. Fredericks in second. Third place belongs to the Cobalt Tools. Number 48 machine of Corey Melton started in third, has maintained pace right here, still remaining in third, just about 4.5 seconds back from your race leader. Melton gonna have to try to work some strategy to catch your leaders, but the 48 remains in third. John McMillan Jr. right here sitting in fourth, the Canada Exalta sponsored driver, making some headway so far here tonight, up 2 positions from where he qualified. McMillan Jr. sits in fourth. Brings us back to one of our favorite drivers to talk about and say the Kitty Cat coin. Just love to say that. The Kitty Cat coin, number 30. Little bit of right front damage, and when I say a little bit, I mean a lot. Whole right front tire almost exposed. Justin Gann gonna have a long night behind the wheel of the 30. He rounds out your top 5. Biggest mover in the race so far here tonight. The Interstate Batteries 01 of Cody Sleeper, looking for position on another Michigan native. It's a battle for the Mitten State. If you know, you know. If you don't, we'll talk to one of these two guys. They'll clue you into what I'm talking about with the Mitten State. Or better yet, I tell you what, hold up your right hand in front of your face and look at it. Then I want you to pick up your phone and I want you to Google Michigan. And when it pops up, put your right hand back up, and there it is. It looks like a hand. It looks like a mitten. Had to explain it, sorry. But anyways, we're going to move on. The 2 Michigan drivers battling for position on track, 6th and 7th, up 5 spots from where he qualified. Biggest mover, Cody Sleeper, with a fantastic job here tonight. Behind that, Pontiac Grand Am. Don't see Pontiac out there too much, ripping it up on the tracks, but Sleeper, one of those drivers that you better not sleep on. No, that was definitely bad. definitely bad. Shouldn't have said that, but we did. It's out there. Moving on. Fernandez and Sleeper, one of your only 2 battles on the track so far here tonight, working at lap number 50, just about 10 laps away from our second round of green flag pit stops. 0.4 of a second separates Fernandez from Sleeper. Battle at the front, getting a little bit closer. Fredericks starting to close in from his second position. We're going to take a look inside. Let's ride with Fredericks as he tries to take that top spot back away. And out of the gas, super early is Fredericks. Really lets the car roll into the corner. Waits on the gas, waits on it, picks up the throttle. Gonna man it now, full throttle, giving it all she's got into the corner. Early lift once again, and this is where Fredericks is really good. Right there, rolling the bottom of the racetrack through the center of 3 and 4. You can hear him feather the throttle, and now all the way full throttle. Chasing after Cray at the front. Fredericks working behind that wheel. Another look inside the car. The 01 of Cody Sleeper carrying an onboard camera for us here tonight. Still chasing after Roy Fernandez, who's going to cross the line in front of him. Still maintaining that 6th position. Both of these drivers off the gas early, but not quite as early as Fredericks. Maybe that's where some of that speed remains for that 20. Just letting the car really do the work. A lot of mechanical grip being utilized here. Close quarters racing once again for your top spot, battling for the position is Todd Gray and Dalton Fredericks. Fredericks able to close in out of turn one, kept it right with Cray. Down the backstretch, gives up a little bit of time this go around. In 3 and 4, typically that's where we've seen Fredericks be the better of the two, really. Cray a little bit of slip on corner exit there. That's going to allow Fredericks to close right back in. Taking a look to the inside, not going to make the move this time around. Remains in Cray's tire tracks. Drivers with a little bit of a diamond through the corner there. Able to maintain much closer distance heading back into turn one is Fredericks this time around. He's going to heat up that rear deck lid once again, and contact and into the outside wall. Caution, flag flies. A caution flag flies as Cray turned the wrong direction. Fredericks with a bit of damage. He's on the top side of the racetrack. Close racing between the two comes to an end with carnage and chaos on the track. Both torn up. They're going to give up a lot of ground. They're going to give up a lot of time to the field. And they're going to look back at this one on what could have been. That is no longer what it is. Big trouble here. Let's go check the sim box replay. Slight contact on the rear end. Gets Cray out of shape, trying to save it into the outside wall. Dalton Fredericks gonna pound the outside wall, catch a piece of it again, trying to get the car wound back up, and around he goes. Back into the outside wall. Big trouble here for your race leaders. We're going to go back live at the front of the field. New race leader for the first time here tonight. The driver behind the wheel of that 48 Lowe's Cobalt machine, Corey Melton, will come to pit road. Last second decision there. Melton to pit road. That's going to bring the rest of the field down for a stop under caution. So we're going to break for a brief commercial break, pay a few of the bills. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Back in live trackside as drivers make their way down pit road once again in front of the field. Corey Melton going to bring all of the drivers down pit road once again to look at a top off with the fuel. We're very close to that fuel window. We're right about where these drivers would have been making their green flagged pit stop. So a few of them holding serve, holding true to that strategy. Handful of drivers going to stay out. Your top four elect to stay out on the track. A new race leader at the front. Roy Fernandez going to take the top spot now. Fernandez will bring us to the green flag. We're going to get a little closer for the restart. Pace car lights out. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing. Todd Gray got a little bit of the damage fixed up, but you can still see heavy cosmetic issues for that Rich DPC powered by Nitro 9-line apparel number 21 machine. Gray gonna have a large battle on his hands now. Field gonna join us through 3 and 4. We'll stack them up and get ready to unleash the beast at the front once again. On the gas and green flag flies as Fernandez crosses the line. Lap number 61 goes on the board. Fernandez going to lead the field through 1 and 2. No real challenge, no real issue. Still trying to work on the audio, still trying to make sure that you can hear both the cars as well as the commentary. So if you're out there watching, if you're out there enjoying tonight's broadcast and race, let us know how everything sounds on your end. Let us make sure we're giving you all that we can here in the production booth as we continue to watch an amazing race out on the track. The Ayers Eye Racing Paints Cup Series brought to you by SwiftMotorSports. It's all coming down to this. Final 8 drivers will be decided at the end of tonight's race. Roy Fernandez giving it all he's got. He's pretty much secure into that top 8, but he has yet to visit victory lane. That could be the driving force on the decision for Fernandez. See how long he's able to keep that thing out front. As looking to pick up one more position here is Cody Sleeper, up 10 spots from where he qualified. An amazing run started all the way back in row number 6 here tonight. And here he is as we cross the line. Lap number 64 going to go on the board. And Sleeper now in second. Big thing about tonight's race as well, we're beginning to look at the track get darker. We're beginning to see the track lights come on. Drivers are going to have to deal with not only tire changing conditions, but also track changing conditions. Will the track get looser? Will the track get tighter as the sun sets? Long green flag runs. What's the car going to be like? How are the tires going to respond? We, of course, have got a front row seat for it here tonight, holding on to the race lead for the time being behind the wheel of that Chevrolet number 3, the Cuban Missile Rocket. Roy Fernandez keeps it at the front. Looks like we've got drivers with problems and issues. The McMillan clan behind pit wall. Both John Sr. and John Jr. Engine woes have brought a close to both of those drivers' nights. They're going to end it early here tonight from Gateway. That's going to leave us with 12 drivers on the track, but only 10 left on the lead lap. Roy Fernandez continuing to lead. There you can see Daniel Krim contact with the outside wall early, but Krim has found a way to turn his night around. A great run here tonight. Also for Justin Gann, Corey Melton looking for the front once again. He'll round out your top 5. Fernandez continues to lead off of turn number 4 back across the stripe. Lap number 70 now goes on the board. Still trying to work in the background, ensure we've got the best audio coming at you here tonight, live from Gateway. Only one caution has sent the field back. Contact between the drivers now running in 8th and 9th. They were 1st and 2nd when the contact happened, continuing to run severe heavy damage for both the 20 and the 21. So history gonna repeat itself tonight from Gateway. Will Fredericks be able to repeat the race win after the contact is the big question. Significantly worse this time around. Looks like we've got a new face at the front. Fernandez shot out of a cannon. Lap number 57. This last time he came to pit road. Over 10 laps of green flag racing now behind us. And Fernandez opening things up just a little. Closest battle on the track right here. Let's go back here. Let's watch this one unfold as we got a trio of drivers throwing down, heading into turn number 3. Daniel Krim right there, sitting in 3rd, final driver inside your podium positions. Corey Melton starts to heat up the kitty cat coin. Number 30 of Justin Gann at the bottom of the racetrack. Gann makes some headway. He's going to pull even with Krim. Great racing action here for the final spot on the podium here tonight. Still a very long way to go, but drivers mixing it up, laying it out there on the line. Close quarters racing, big issues for the 6. Daly with big issues behind this trio. Able to keep it out of that inside wall. But man, we're going to keep it right here, clued in on the biggest battle on the track. Drivers still jockeying for that final podium position for the moment. Holding it down behind the wheel. The bit scarred kitty cat coin number 30, Justin Gann. Remains in 3rd, Corey Melton. Worked the bottom, big snap out of the tail end of that Ford Fusion. Daniel Krim, big snap out of the tail end. And he's going to give up a bit of ground here. That's going to be a tough break. Todd Cray down pit road. Cray looks like he's got to fix a little damage here to continue on. And what a rough way to end your night here tonight after dominating a vast majority of tonight's race. A Todd Cray contact, and that's all she wrote. Back to the task at hand. Let's take a look once again. There you can see your top two beginning to run a little bit closer on the track. Just about a tenth of a second separates Fernandez from Sleeper. Which one of these drivers are going to be able to maintain the tires a little bit better as the track begins to cool? The fans in the stands begin to put on the light jackets. We're going to finish things off under the lights out in Illinois night right here in Madison, Illinois. You're watching Chase Race number 4 live from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Drivers continue to chase after the Cuban Missile Rocket. Roy Fernandez, he's been all over the podium. He's finished in second. He's finished in third. He's been right there at the end and come up just a little bit shy. Is tonight his night? Could this be the momentum bringer? Could this be the peak point for Fernandez? Think about the confidence level that these drivers are going to have heading into the final race of the year. Championship on the line. Think about how confident you've got to be if you can earn a race win the week before at a much more difficult track. Gateway, very technical track. It's a driver's track, if you will. Like you can't just bail it off into the corner. You can't sail it into 3 and 4. You've got to be methodical with the approach. You got to watch the wear of the tires. A lot going on behind the wheel. Next week, and this is no hit, right? This is no shot at Kentucky. It takes a different skill set to be fast, a different skill set to be good at Kentucky. A very much different track. 1.5 miles, yes, so a quarter of a mile bigger, but at the banking, the radius of the corners, much different. Track races, much different, and you're gonna have one. And excuse us on this one, you're going to have ourselves one hell of a championship race next week at Kentucky. A lot on the line. Some heavyweight championship contenders with trouble here tonight. You're going to be looking to prove something next week at Kentucky. I can assure you that Todd Cray's crew still down there beating, banging away, trying to get his machine back out on the track. Will it be all for naught? We'll find out next week at Kentucky. Cray safely going to move into your championship 8 without a problem. Might fall back a little bit in the standings heading into next week's race. But Cray, with a disappointing night, we're not going to put roses on it and tell you it smells good. But you understand what I'm getting at. But just a bad night here for Cray, giving up a ton of points after the damage to contact. So look for Cray to be out on a mission. As your top two continue the battle, Justin Gann and Corey Melton have made their way onto the scene, closing in at the front of the field. Comfortable back, comfortable gap back. Daniel Krim. Almost 2.5 seconds back to reach that 47 machine. Nick on another 2.3 seconds back from there. Not a lot of battles out there on the track. We're going to keep it right here with your top four as Roy Fernandez starting to step away a little bit. Let's put some focus on the battle, guys. Let's go back here. Let's watch this one unfold for a moment. What a beautiful sound here after some beautiful sights. Gateway producing yet another fantastic race. Let's jump on board for the moment with the 30 kitty cat coin of Justin Gann sitting in the third position now, rounding out your podium drivers. Gann issues with this right front, but seems to be able to keep pace for the moment. Fernandez utilizing the opportunity with the scrum behind him to stretch his legs just a little bit. And we are also beginning to look at yet another round of green flag pit stops. When will these drivers head to pit road? Within the next 5 laps, I would expect to see the majority of the field make their way to pit lane. I don't know, we'll watch it. Top 4 going to remain out on the track for the time being. Dalton Fredericks heading to pit road, looking to see if this is a scheduled pit stop. Daniel Krim behind the wheel of the 47 machine. He's going to head to pit road. Scheduled pit stop for the 47 of Krim. And again, how about the Cuban Missile Rocket right here behind the wheel of that Chevrolet number 3? Roy Fernandez, he just needed a chance to get to the front. Just needed some clean air. And it looks like he may be out of fuel. He may be out of fuel, gonna run it dry. And how much will this cost him? How much will this cost him? Both Justin Gann and Corey Melton able to work their way by into pit road. Big troubles now for Fernandez. He's going to have to find a way to grab that top spot back once again. Everybody inside of your top 10 heading to pit road, so we'll watch the battle unfold for a second. Dalton Fredericks back up to speed. You can see significant right side damage on that Ford Fusion. As the 6 of Daly back off of pit road, back up to speed. Daly going to keep it in front of Fredericks for the moment. But only for the moment. Fredericks able to find a way to work his way by. You can just see the front end of that 20 absolutely destroyed. Not sure how he's remaining out there on the track with the speed that he does have. Amazing to see him out there running lap times similar to his fast times in the night. Frederick's fastest lap of the race, 33.71. Last time around, a 33.98. So just about 2/10. But 2/10 a lap is gonna add up. We'll see if Fredericks finds a way to finish inside of the top 5. Can he keep it on the top 10? Can he stay on the lead lap? That's going to be the question asked. That's going to, I don't want to say determine his championship. Came into tonight's race sitting 16 points ahead of the cutoff line. So he's got some wiggle room, that's for sure. But going to give up any type of momentum moving forward. It's going to be an all-out brawl next week for these Ayers High Racing Paints Cup Series drivers at Kentucky Speedway for the Swift Motorsports Championship. And as we say that, yet another season winding down here with us on the Turn 3 Racing Network with Swift Motorsports. Gotta give a huge shout out to everybody involved over there at Swift Motorsports. Top-notch drivers, top-notch admins, race officials, and race control. They care about their drivers. They care about their series. Some of the best drivers around. You're not gonna be able to find a much better league out there. So if you're looking to get out on track next season and battle with some of the best, you can look them up on the league directory page over there on iRacing.com. You can type it right on in. Swift Motorsports, that'll pull you up one of the multiple different series they have underneath the league banner. I would say, tell you to say, Dave sent you, but it's not going to help your case. I've got no pull. I've got no, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Justin can get across the line. Just a handful of laps away from the 100 lap mark. And how about the night for Gam? Battling inside your top 3. Contact with the outside wall. Falls it through the running order. Somehow makes his way back to 3rd. And now, after a round of green flag bin stops, right here at the front. Gann and Melton were able to work their way around Fredericks. Daniel Krim also working his way around Fredericks. Roy Fernandez. Tough go here for Fernandez. Running out of fuel. He gave up a ton of time on pit road. Ton of positions from the top spot. Now Fernandez outside of your top 5, sitting in 7th. Can the Cuban Missile Rocket find a way to turn his night around? We can continue to watch as things unfold here tonight. Again, get across the line this time around with lap number 99 going on the board. One of Cody Sleeper has troubles on pit lane as well. Under our latest pit exchange, Sleeper not only going to give up positions, but he's going to give up a lap. The 01 Interstate Batteries. Pontiac Grand Prix, you can see him right behind Corey Melton, listed as the first driver. 1 lap down in the Lucky Dog position, 9th place on track. Sleeper needs a little bit of help if he's going to want to turn his night around here tonight from Gateway. What a race, what a night. Only only one caution here tonight. Job well done by these gentlemen. Continue to pound the pavement out there tonight. Justin Gann going to begin to work his way into some lap traffic very shortly. Will that give the Lowe's Cobalt Tools machine enough of an advantage to take back that top spot? Melton on a roll right now. We're going to take a look back. We got to take a look, guys. Can we look at the last 3 races or at least the last 2 races here? All right, well, we're going to put it this way. Through the last 3 races for the SwiftMotorSports Hayers High Racing Paints Cup Series, Melton has found a way to finish at least 2 out of the 3 races inside of your top 3. Man on a mission, getting the job done when it all matters, when it all comes down to it. Melton works his way around to the top spot, and now eyeballs back to back race winning performances. No driver has won 3 in a row. We're going to keep that in mind. We're going to throw that out there for you. No driver this season has won 3 races in a row. Does Melton shock us all and do it by winning here tonight and next week at Kentucky? You know, I'm going to mention it, and I'm going to say it. Missing in action and being severely missed by us up here at the booth. We miss our good buddy, our fast friend, week in, week out. He's got 5 race wins in his back pocket so far this season. Bailey Dutton, unable to make the last few races, fell back deep in the points, came into tonight's race 33 points out of the cutoff line. Not going to make that championship 8 after missing tonight's race as well. Hopefully we can see Dutton back on track at Kentucky. Maybe he plays spoiler and forces championship drivers to battle for the championship, but only for second. Bailey, if you're out there watching, listening, you got any family, friends out there watching or listening, just want to reach out, make sure they're okay. Maybe we'll see you at the racetrack soon, but we are indeed missing that fast number 26 machine of Bailey Dutton. One second now advantage at the front of the field. Corey Melton stepping away, stepping out. He's going to work his way into lap traffic. The nationwide number 5 of Gary May just off in front of your race leader, Justin Gann. Sitting in second, things heating up on track, but it's not for position. Remember that Interstate Batteries 01 machine is listed off of the lead lap. Your top 2 absolutely gone. Over an 8-second advantage for Justin Gann on Daniel Krim. Your top 2 absolutely stepping out, stepping away. Let's step out and away to the closest battle for position on the racetrack. You can see the Ford Fusion All-Star 15 TV, number 20 machine of Dalton Fredericks, running in the 4th position. The Reese's number 6, Shimmy and Paul of LC Daly, looking to take that spot away. Both drivers looking up, eyeball running down the 47 of Daniel Krim, who's not that far off in front and not that far behind, is that 00 John Deere machine of Nick Hunt. Working our way to just 40 to go. Drivers have been racing right at the hour mark. A lot of miles put on the board already. A lot of miles still remain in front of the field here tonight. Just about another 10 laps away from what should be the money stop. It's all gonna come down to this. Will we see pit road penalties handed out? Will drivers keep it clean on pit lane? Unfortunate to see, we're looking down across the front stretch and on the pit road. The hood has went down, the equipment being put up, Todd Cray being pushed behind the wall. Early exit here tonight after early contact for Cray. Tried to get out there and get what he could, but the damage too much. Todd Cray's day is done. That's going to leave us with just 8 drivers left on the lead lap. Corey Melton, your race leader, continuing to open it up just a little bit. Justin Gann sitting in second. Daniel Krim runs in third with Dalton Frendrich closing in. L.C. Daly right here in the battle for 4th and 5th. And Nick Hunt wants to get there. He's closed it in to under a 1 second deficit, but still losing a little bit of ground with moments like that off of turn 4. And as we enter our way closer to the final pit stops of the night, we're going to give our final few shout outs to a handful of drivers, a handful of friends, handful of sponsors as well. I want to give a big shout out to Performance Motorsports, sponsors of the Truck Series here with Swift. Big shout out to all the guys and girls back there at Performance Motorsports. Mountain Mafia Kennels, the best American bully breeders in the Southeast, right here, located in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. You can find their pedigree on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter, X, whatever it is. You can find it there as well. Some of the best in the business. I got myself my own American bully and couldn't be happier with the pump. Absolutely an amazing friend. I don't want to call him just a dog because he's a friend, he's a buddy, he's a pal, and he is absolutely a monster. Mountain Mafia Kennels, check him out once again. That's on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. Want to give a big shout out to everybody back behind the scenes, putting in work, making it work at Out of Work RP over there with the GTA 5M server side of things. Big shout out to each and every one of you. You know who you are, putting in that work. Want to give a big shout out as well to someone I consider a son. Not my son, one of my best friend's son. Just committing to a college earlier this week. An amazing young man on an incredible, amazing journey. Xander, we wish you the best moving forward, but as we've already talked today, keep your eye on the prize. We're chasing after that state wrestling championship this season, your senior year. Let's get that check in that box, and then we'll focus on that college career. Great job so far, young man. Tip of the cap, Mama Amber. Job well done, Brian. Love you, brother. We're going to move on from there. That's all the shout-outs so far. We'll get to some of the thank yous and I love yous from the drivers in the post-race interviews. But we've still got ourselves just over 30 laps remaining. Somewhere in the next 5-lap window, we're going to see green flag pit stops once again. But will it be the final time these drivers head to pit road? Will we see a late race caution change the complexity in the outcome of tonight's race? We'll find out shortly as we remain green flag racing here from Gateway. Big moment there for the Reese's number 6 as we head back to the front, because looky here, Justin Gann may have been playing possum a little bit. Gave up quite a bit of time, but he's reeled in race leader Melton at the front. You can see struggling with some grip on that inside lane. Out of 3 and 4 last time around, Gann able to close in about a 10th last time by. Seven drivers remaining on the lead lap as Cody Sleeper. Oh my goodness, big issues here for Corey Melton coming to pit road. Melton gonna give up a ton of track time. Gann gonna stay out on the racetrack. Short pit strategy here. 30 laps remaining this time around. Gann gonna look to eyeball pit road. Get 1 or 2 laps to the good here before coming to pit lane. But with the trouble coming to pit road for Melton, that's gonna blow the door wide open. Gann has just got to execute. Execute indeed. Gotta watch that pit road speed, and he's gonna be cleared. On to pit lane, Daniel Krim gonna follow suit. The All-Star 15 TV47 machine making his way down pit road. What will the rest of the field do? Daly, Hunt, also on to pit road. Cody Sleeper, Jason Branch remain out on the track with Corey Melton just behind them. And we've got smoke and we've got electrical issues on the radio. Fire, fire, fire. He's going to pull to pit lane to the infield on the backstretch. Corey Melton, trouble. Coming to pit lane in trouble after the fact. And 48 will be no more here tonight. Gonna watch a race winning performance go out the window, sitting sweet in the seat at the front of the field. Justin Gann, perseverance has paid off for the Kitty Cat coin number 30. He'll cross the line as your race leader. Just over 25 laps remaining in a huge advantage for Gann. Over a 9-second advantage for Justin Gann as the field has become completely spread out. Only battle on track is right here. Let's jump back to that 4th and 5th battle on the racetrack. The 00 John Deere machine piloted by Nick Hunt starting to close in on the back end of the Reese's Cup machine. We're going to take a look as they head across the stripe, this time by lap 123 goes on the board. So what do you do, right, drivers? What do you do here? You've come to pit road for the final time. You're... Oh, and there it is. Caution. Caution on the speedway. Oh, no. Mike Compaggio slideways and in trouble. Compaggio with problems getting back up to speed. And the caution flag will fly, and we're going to have ourselves right at about a 25 laps remaining. When we set these drivers loose once again, we're going to take this opportunity to take a brief commercial break, get set for the final run for the checkered flag here tonight, live from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. You're watching the Airs High Racing Paints Cup Series, brought to you by Swift Motorsports. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back live trackside as promised, not missing any of the green flag action as the field receives the one finger away from the boss man in the flag stand. Our good buddy, your good buddy. You know him well, Mute in the booth behind the wheel of the base car for us here tonight. Big shout out to Brent the Jet for piloting the drone cam here tonight for us. Great job tonight so far, Brent. And I tell you what, we're going to toss it to you for this latest restart as drivers head down the back stretch. Let's take a look high above with that turn 3 drone cam as we get set to unleash the beast once again for the final few laps remaining here in Chase race number 4 for the Airs High Racing Paints Cup Series, brought to you by Swift Motorsports. What a night, what a race, a lot of green flag racing action. Will cautions breed cautions? We'll find out. Look at the flip of events Early trouble for Fredericks. He's found his way back to the front. He'll restart in second as we roll to the restart zone. Away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Gateway. Justin again on the gas with a good jump on the field. Daly with a jump over Krim, almost into the back of Fredericks. Way up the racetrack goes the 6 and into the outside wall. Gonna keep the focus right here on your front two. Justin again continuing to lead the race. Let's jump trackside. Brett again, thank you for droning the turn cam tonight. What in the world, Dave? Thank you for manning the turn 3 drone cam tonight. We can speak. We promise. We know these drivers can drive. Pounding the pavement all night long. We have got ourselves a short track shootout to the end. Top 3 throw a blanket over him. There you can see the Cuban Missile Rocket, Roy Fernandez. He's found a way back in the mix. He's running in 4th. Handful of laps completed after the restart. We'll drop the timing and scoring back over there into the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Fredericks way up the track in 1 and 2. Was it by design or mistake? Either way, Fredericks going to drop from second. Now battle with Fernandez for 3rd. So has the damage been a little bit too much for that All-Star 15? Number 20 of Dalton Fredericks. He's going to fall from second. Now outside of your podium positions, Justin Gann opening things up. Half a second advantage, 19 to go. They work their way through 1 and 2. Close battle back behind. It's not just about the front. Let's go back here to this battle as well. Cody Sleeper, beneficiary of the lucky dog. The Interstate Battery 01 machine has found some late life in tonight's race here from Gateway. The 01 moves himself into 6th. Able to work his way around both Daly and Branch. Eyeballing that double of Nick Hunt, who's starting to track down Fredericks for 4th. It's not done at the front. Battle continuing to rage on. There you can see Daniel Krim. He had issues early here tonight as well. Now Krim and Fernandez gonna go at it 2nd to 3rd on the racetrack. 17 laps remaining. Just over 25 miles before we see the checkered flag fly. The night has been fairly quiet, has been fairly easy for the boss man in the flag stand. Look at him work the wheel. Fernandez, make no doubt about it. He is absolutely up on the wheel, almost into the side of that 47. They avoid the contact on the corner entry. Man, things heating up for 2nd and 3rd. Nick Hunt now looks to the inside of Dalton Fredericks. That's going to be for 4th and 5th. Give the nod to Hunt. Hunt going to move his way to 4th. That's going to push Fredericks back into the clutches of Cody Sleeper. The 01 may be able to walk away with the top 5. Four drivers battling at the front. And we've got some trouble in the back. Gary Bay with some problems. The 5 gonna pull it off a track. We're gonna stay green flag racing here. We're gonna wait to see if Cody Sleeper's able to get around that All-Star 15, number 20, Ford Fusion of Fredericks. But for the moment, the Grand Prix cannot seem to find a way around. Meanwhile, at the front, Fernandez and Krim going at it. Drag race into turn 3 and give the... Whoa. A little too early. I was going to say give the nod to Fernandez as he had a great corner entry, but rolling the center well on the high side was Daniel Krim. He's going to fight back and keep the position at the stripe. Fernandez going to be forced to the bottom of the racetrack once again, able to clear. Slide job coming up the racetrack. Fernandez moves to second. Fernandez able to take the position away. Will he be able to run down Gann at the front? Just 12 to go this time around. Fredrickson Sleeper going at it. Daly and Branch going at it a little deeper in the field. 7th and 8th on the racetrack. Daly to the inside. Branch's Barbie Mobile gonna concede the position to look for a crossover. Not gonna work out. Branch gonna lose the spot and fall back to 8th. We're gonna take a look once again. Let's go back here with this battle. Up for grabs, the final spot. Inside of the top 5, top 3 have separated themselves from the field. This is the closest action on track. Fredericks in Sleeper going at it. 4th or 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Big gaps through the field. Well, I say big gaps, but we're looking about a half a second between the front drivers. 1.3 seconds back from Daniel Krim to that double O John Deere machine piloted by Nick Hunt, who's had an amazing night, up 3 positions from where he qualified. Hunt running well, coming on strong right at the end of the season. Just a tough break here tonight. If consistency was king over the final handful of weeks, the man behind that double O would be sitting pretty in the points. Unfortunately, going to be out of an opportunity to run for a championship. But these guys right here, they've got a lot on the line. Daniel Krim needed to lead the most laps and walk away with a race win to have an opportunity. And walking away with some season hardware. Looks like he's going to come up just a little bit short, but still a good night here tonight. Looks to lock up that 3rd and final podium spot. Justin Gann and Roy Fernandez will continue their championship hopes into the season finale next week from Kentucky Speedway. What an amazing night that's gonna be. Mark it on your calendars, or better yet, if you haven't already, with the final 8 laps to go, show these drivers a love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the racing action out there on the track. Not just tonight, but each and every Tuesday night. Get your adrenaline fix right here with Swift Motorsports. Go ahead and join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Smash the bell, click subscribe, and join us each and every Tuesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. An amazing race, an amazing night, minimal cautions, long green flag runs, comers and goers. Yeah, I don't think you can ask for a much better night, a much better race. A job well done to the man behind the wheel leading this field, Justin Gann. Trouble early here tonight. Patience, perseverance are going to be some key words. Gann now almost a 1 second advantage. He'll see the high five from the boss man in the flag stand next time around, signifying only 5 laps remaining, but putting his head down, getting his elbows up, getting a little gritty. Not doing the gritty, but getting a little gritty and just pushing through. Sometimes that's all you gotta do, is just push Just get your head down. Forget about circumstances. Forget about happenstances and things that may have occurred. And just get on with it. Just get on with the job. Just get on with the show. And Justin again is showing us just why that exact mentality pays. You can't be down when you have trouble. You gotta know the situations. You gotta realize the position you've been put in. And again, just persevere, outlast. And that is exactly what Gann has been able to do. The Kitty Cat Coin number 30 machine takes us to just 4 laps remaining here tonight. Lap 146. 147, I apologize, goes on the board this latest time around. An amazing night, an amazing run for all of the drivers in the field. 14 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 10 remaining out on the track. Only 8 left on the lead lap. Early exits here tonight for John McMillan Jr. as well as McMillan Sr. Corey Belton and Todd Gray also out of tonight's race. Troubles and issues regulated both of those drivers back behind the wall. Out of 4. To the stripe this time around. Popsicle sticks on display. 2 to go. Here from Gateway. We wondered when it was going to happen, and caution! Oh my, caution! You seen it on the backstretch? Oh boy. Cody Sleeper contact on the backstretch. Let's check the SimBox replay. Contact between Hunt and Sleeper. Hard impact with the outside wall. Sleeper somehow keeps it heading in the right direction, but this is gonna move us into overtime. Do drivers have enough fuel? They were last to pit road on lap 120. Do they have enough fuel in the tanks for overtime? Justin Gann playing some games with the pace car, trying to get him to speed up just a little bit. Hey, buddy, we need to get going. Running out of fuel here. More than likely is the conversation between the driver behind the wheel of that Kitty Cat Coin number 30 and his crew chief as well as spotter. This has put things in a very interesting predicament. Halfway down the backstretch with only 2 laps remaining. Caution flag flies for just the 3rd time here tonight. Drivers now put in a precarious situation when it comes to the fuel strategy.
Fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And with a lot on the line, we're going to get quickly back trackside as we get set for the final few laps here tonight. Just a green, white, checkered. How bad do these drivers at the front want it? Who can afford to really mash the gas? How much fuel is on board with these drivers? Fredericks and Daly, both to pit lane. They topped off with fuel. They're going to start at the rear of the field. Will they have enough time? Right, we're gonna go back green flag racing. We're gonna cross the line. 2 laps to go. 3 miles of racing remain in front of these Ayers Eye Racing Paint Swift Motorsports Cup Series drivers. Who's got enough fuel? Who is saved? You can hear right there Justin Gann shuts the car off, makes his way down the front stretch. And these guys have got to be in ultra conservation mode under these caution laps. You see Gann waiting until the last moment to put it back in gear. But it's going to be time to drop the hammer. We're halfway down the backstretch. Double file. Pace car lights are off. We're ready for a checkered flag here tonight. Who's going to walk away with it? Who's going to get the job done? Give us your picks. Who you got out there in the chat? We want to take this moment, an opportunity to extend a thank you to each and every one of you tuning in throughout the course of tonight's broadcast, getting ready for an amazing finish. Will cautions breed cautions at the end here tonight, or will we keep it clean to the checkered flag? We're gonna find out as the pace car dunks off. Gann gonna bring him back into the restart zone, and away we go. Green flag flies once again as the kitty cat coin number 30 sets sail. We're gonna immediately drop that timing and scoring back to the left hand side of your screen. Big moves now from Fredericks. Dalton Fredericks with enough fuel. Does he have fresh tires? A little bit of a log jam in front of Fredericks halfway down the backstretch into turn number 3. Justin Gann, clear track in front, no battle behind. Cody Sleeper moves to second. Daniel Krim falls to third. Out of 4 coming to the stripe, white flag flies. Final lap here tonight from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Justin Gann leads the field into 1 and 2. Krim and Sleeper going at it for second and third. That may open up the door for Dalton Fredericks to slide into the final podium position. Not gonna happen. He's gonna put in the work and get the job done here tonight through 3 and 4 for the final time. Let's get a closer look at the man working the wheel. Justin Gann to get across the line and take the top spot away here tonight. Trouble for Cody Sleeper off of 4, and Dalton Fredericks snatches the final podium spot here tonight. An amazing job by Fredericks. But how about the race-winning performance for the man behind this 30 machine? Was down and out. Trouble early. And Justin Gann gets it done, walks away with the race win. First win of the season. Job well done, my man. He's going to bring it to the front stretch, get his post-celebration smoke show on. Give the fans in the stands a little bit of something to celebrate about with him here tonight. Great job behind the wheel of that number 30 machine. And as Gann enjoys his post-race celebrations, we're going to step away, get things set up, ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside high above from the turn 3 blimp as night has fallen. Silence has fallen on the track after an amazing race, an amazing night. Crazy little finish as well. And we're going to dive right into things. Let's see if we can dial up some of the drivers that walked away with the podium finish here tonight. First up, let's see if we can talk to the driver that snatched third away right at the end of tonight's race behind the wheel of that All-Star 15 TV number 20 machine. Dalton, it's Dave. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a pretty good finish? A little bit of a rough go. There's some contact between you and Cray about midway through the race. Put a damper on your day, but still able to come away with a good finish. You got to be somewhat proud about the performance out of you and the crew.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Our All-Star 15 TV Ford Fusion was very quick tonight. I think if we wouldn't have had that incident in the middle of the race there, we definitely had a winning car. Our car was strong all night, had the speed. After that incident, we fell back, had a little bit of engine damage, so it was slow going for the rest of the race. But we were able to position ourselves there at the end to sneak away with a third-place finish.
Well, you're going to sneak your way into Kentucky with a little bit of momentum on your side as you chase after some season hardware. We want to wish you the best of luck moving forward into next week's season finale. But before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Hutchport Racing, an independent AMSOIL dealer, for this amazing car. I'd like to thank All-Star 15 TV, Detoured by Design LLC, Nerds Do Nerd Things, Drinking Bros Auto Racing Group, Broken Oak Kennels, everyone at the shop, Joe Hutchings. We raced very well as a team tonight, and I want to say all of our drivers made it into the playoffs. I'm not sure about Krim. We'll have to look here in a second, but very good night for all of us, for all three of us. Couldn't be more proud with the group I'm with, and hopefully we'll keep putting on a show in these next coming series. Hopefully next week we can finish off with a bang and hopefully with the championship.
Well, Dalton, we wish you the best. You've been fast week in, week out. Time to get the job done next week at Kentucky. Until then, my man, stay safe. And as always, keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away third here tonight. A little bit of an up and down evening for the man behind the wheel of the All-Star 15 number 20 machine. Dalton Fredericks will walk away with third. That's going to lead us right along the list and right to his teammate walking away with second here tonight behind the wheel of that number 47 machine. Daniel, it's Dave. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away from tonight's race with a solid second?
Man, I'll definitely take it. I've been trying to get on the podium all season, it feels like, in both series. So definitely glad to finally put a race together. I can actually get up front and come here and talk to you, man.
Well, man, a little bit of a different track coming up next week. Some momentum on your side now. So if we had to put you on the spot, which that's a hint for start thinking, because we're about to put you on the spot. What chances do you give yourself next week that number one, you'll finish on the podium again, and you think you got a shot to make it one spot better?
Well, man, I honestly have no idea, but I'm going to do everything I can to give myself the best shot. I think, honestly, the only time I've raced at Kentucky has been in a next-gen car, which, as you and I both know, is completely different to this thing. So we'll definitely give it a shot. I honestly don't even know if I'm going into next week fighting for the championship yet or not. I don't know if those standings have been updated. That's what I was looking for a minute ago, actually.
We are not quite sure, as it gets pretty fluid with the way everything shake out, so we don't want to give any false hope or anything like that. But nonetheless, man, you had an amazing run here tonight. hopefully gives you a little bit of building blocks and momentum moving into next week. So before we let you go from the track here tonight, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Definitely got to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you for Hutch Sport Racing for giving me this opportunity to come in and try to race with them. Always consider myself more of an underdog, and some of these guys are really fast, so I'm thankful for the opportunity for sure. Of course, definitely want to give them a shout out. www.com or www.hutchsportracing.com for your authorized Amsoil dealer. Definitely got to give a shout out to a few of the other guys in the car: All Star 15 TV, Nursery No 30s podcast, Broken Oak Kennels, Detoured by Designs, Drinking Bros, Hutch Sport Studio, JP Customs, Effective CPR, North Carolina, Honey Hill Farm, and Moon Pie Farm, who are some of our newcomers to the team. So definitely want to give a shout out to those guys. GTS Concepts, who's responsible for both my paint schemes. And then also got to give a shout out to the guys that sponsor my personal truck build with the lifted truck community: Brian's Motorsports, Tennessee Square Body, Rough Country, Strange Engineering, and Boston Wheels. So definitely want to give a huge shout out. I know it's a bit of a list, but didn't want to miss anybody. I hope I don't miss anybody.
Well, man, and I'm going to say this, and I hope you don't take it the wrong way. You haven't had many opportunities for these podium interviews, but man, you sound like a seasoned vet. That was very well done. I don't say that very much to a lot of people, but man, you're getting the job done somewhere, and you've practiced that thing or said it a time or two. I can assure you that, man. Heck of a job on track here tonight. Hell of a job with the sponsor rundown right there. Daniel, we hope you've got some momentum. We hope we get to talk to you next week. But until then, my friend, as always, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final words for the man that walks away second in prior obligations and post-race media issues are going to keep us from heading to victory lane, but walking away with the checkered flag here tonight behind the wheel of the Kitty Cat Coin number 30 machine. The Virginia Beach native going to get the job done and walk away with his first checkered flag of the season. Justin Gann walks away as your race winner. What an amazing night. What an amazing race. It took overtime to decide who walked away with the checkered flag, but at the end, Gann gets it done. That's going to set us up for a run at a championship next week at Kentucky. What a night. What a race. And as producers have hit the buttons in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here from the Worldwide Technology Raceway with the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Cup Series, brought to you by SwiftMotorSports. Gann tops them all and grabs the checkered flag. Daniel Krim going to come home in second, with Dalton Fredericks finishing out your podium drivers. Cody Sleeper going to be the biggest mover of the race, pilot that 01 Interstate Batteries machine home to fourth. The Cuban Missile Rocket Roy Fernandez going to finish right where he started in fifth, slide it in sixth here tonight. The 22 Barbie Mobile of Jason Branch. Elsie Daly back in seventh with Nick Hunt in eighth. Mike Compaggio comes home in ninth. 10th place tonight is the 5 Nationwide machine of Gary May. The 48 Lowe's Cobalt machine laid Ray Strumble relegates Melton to 11th. Todd Cray back in 12th. The McMillan clan finishes out your 14 car field. Big shout out to both Andy Starcher and Don Kidder. Race control in admins here tonight and all season long. A little bit of an unsung hero situation for those gentlemen. Hats off to all of you, and a big moment for all of Swift Motorsports as we begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. If you haven't already, tell your friends to tell their family and friends. Join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show the drivers love. Drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell. over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here in the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you're one of our many dedicated fans, friends, family, sponsors across the many different leagues and series with the channel and personal sponsors. Thank you to each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.